Yo, folks, how are you doing today? Oh, there's still music playing. I'm not even hearing it. All right, let's turn that off and start our day. We are a little bit late, and I suppose it's a little bit my fault because we're starting an hour early today, which I was not aware of. Yeah, so I just jumped on the stream as quickly as I could because we got a lot of games today and a lot of awesome ones, I might add. I'm still getting my bearings here. Today we're gonna have 4 matches in the TP League. It's the final day. No, wait. 5 matches even. We got the quarterfinals first. Lin versus 120. Really hyped game there. And then after we're gonna have semifinals, 3rd place match, and the grand final. All gonna be played out today. 120 was extremely successful. Yesterday, he was the one to... Wait, was it yesterday? Yeah, it was. He was the one to make history, to beat Happy finally in the Show Cup. But this is a different tournament, a different story. Let's see what happens here. Yeah, like I said, we're a little bit late to the party. We missed the first map. It was a pretty long game on Tidehunters, 120 versus Lin, which was 2-base in the end. And it seemed like 120 had a big lead, but then Lin did manage to win out in the end with a strong TC, with a tier 2 orc army only, which is really hard to make work. That was quite impressive of Lin already. And now we shall see what we get here. Terran Stand, very good map for a Blade Master, by the way. This is looking like a Blade Master build indeed. And a good counter to the Blade Master, by the way. Rarely seen, but a good counter is a Crypt Lord. Crypt Lord expansion could be super strong. 120 is going with the Ghoul build. I wonder what hero he's going to choose. It is the Crypt Lord. Hell yeah. This map very good for fast expansion with the Crypt Lord. The natural is fairly easy to take with beetles and summons. Skellies, I mean. Gives you fast level 2, hard to approach for the orc. And normally there's even 2 critters on the way there, if you can find them. And then it's going to have a tough task trying to counterplay this. The downside of playing Blade Master as opposed to CORSAIR is your early game pressure is really low. So normally you can't really expect to harass effectively at the enemy expansion, especially if there is a dust. 120 should certainly go for a dust of appearance, because on this map, Blade Master is very, very likely. And he does. He didn't look for both corpses, just for the one. Now, Lin didn't scout, so he doesn't know what's happening. He doesn't know he's going to be facing a fast expansion. He doesn't want to waste his time running across the map and perhaps coming up empty-handed. So he's going to creep in the middle and get 2 items here. And this is one of the big reasons why this map is so good for Blade Master, because you can get these claws super easily. And here we get the first claws of attack already. And oftentimes, you don't even need a shop. So the tech for Lin is extremely fast. Shop coming up only now, while the Blade Master is creeping in the middle. Terran Stand, a very interesting map, very unique. Can be a little bit of a balance issue in some matchups. But here I think it's mostly fine. Oof, Blade with the double claws, hallelujah. Acolyte, there it is. Hasn't started the Haunted Goldmine yet, but will in a moment. Crypt Lord got some really good items. Extra armor, extra mana, both very good for him. Pendant of Energy, especially very good once he gets tier 2. Oh, but the Crypt Lord stealing the circlet away. I like that. He sold the ring, which I don't like so much, but maybe he needed the gold. And now it's time to protect the expansion. Blade Master though, not looking for damage at the expo. Just gonna go over to the main base, take out at least one ghoul. Almost get surrounded, a little bit scary here. But this expansion will be coming up for 120. That is a guarantee, basically.
A player's forces are under attack.
Telly Staff for the blade, but against the Narrow Tower and against Impale, there's not much he can do here. Oh, he might be forced to use his last Windwalk. Oh, 120 misses the surround. Might still get it though. This is a lot of beetles. Don't tell me he gets out. Dude. Oh my god, he actually gets out. Small mistake by 120 letting this surround slip. You should have had that, ideally. I mean, the blade would have still gotten out. But also, mana here is important. The blade wants to retain as much mana as he can. Oh. Is he really gonna go for the Acolyte? This would be pretty dangerous. Surround's not quite working out so far. Another Acolyte. One has already been slain. But against the narrow crit. Ah, no crit.
A player's forces are under attack.
Tech, of course, is severely delayed here on the undead side. Ooh, that lightning shield. Spicy. And the Grunt's creeping very small, very safe camps here. Gathering up a bit more experience. While we have a TC second. Whoa. Lin going tier 2 Raider Walker with a TC. That seems very all in, if you ask me. Big mana potion. Absolutely amazing for 120. I wonder if we should go Impale here, actually. Because normally, against Cryptlord, there's always going to be Walkers played. But no, it's no Impale. It's Beetles, level 2. And the TC starts creeping over here. Gonna pick up a fast level 2 as well. He could even perhaps go Shockwave. And go for Expo kill. Then again, though, Stomp probably better. Stomp is very, very nice. He hasn't chosen yet. 1-0 starting his own tech. Getting ready to transition into Fiends. Oh, even going for a Shredder. That's something rarely seen by undeads. Normally undeads, thanks to ghouls, always have plenty of lumber. This means that 1-0 can bring all the ghouls to attack, lose them all, and still have plenty of lumber left. Oh, look at the blade. He was stalking for these ghoul kills for a long time. And he's gonna get at least one of them. Cryptlord Thor gathering, picking up more experience. Level 3.5 now. And the TC also continuing to creep. Gonna be level 3 very soon himself. Squirt Bone Chimes, I think, very nice for the Cryptlord and the Beetles. Maybe even for ghouls if we should have some later on. Oh, Wand of the Wind is amazing! One of the best items you could have hoped for. Blade Master is able to find more kills. Oh, forces one charge of Wand of the Wind here early. That's also a big deal. This means the TC only has to worry about one more later on. Excellent Blade Master play here, if you ask me. Very good scouting, figuring out what's going on. And if he gets the Berserker, this is perfect for him. And I think he will. Oh, perhaps not. But he forced both charges of Wand of the Wind. This is a win in and of itself. So normally, what we saw a lot from Cryptlord fast expanding players was trying to all in on tier 2 with Banshees and Fiends and DK Cryptlord in the past. Then is counter expanding though. And we see a temple at the expo. But this one shall certainly be cancelled. Berserker super low HP. Can't even really take part in the fighting anymore. The 2 towers which are standing here are very strong. The TC still hasn't chosen a skill point, by the way. Could still decide to go into Shockwave, try to kill these buildings. Oh my god, the Blade Master's items, by the way. Whew! But he doesn't have a Shadow Hunter to heal him. And here we go. Stomp here would be perfect. And Stomp has now been selected. There's also Destroy the Beast. There it is! I was thinking about it. Lin could use it because there's no destroyers, of course, for quite some time. But the mana on the walkers is very low for Lin as well. Crypt Lord getting surrounded, though. This could be the hero kill. Heal scroll used. Crypt Lord stuck still. He's trying to pass a TP. Oh, did he get it? Oh, he got it. Oh my god, that was so important. DK gave over the TP. That was so important to save the hero. Lin could have perhaps won the game right there. If he kills the Crypt Lord, he is so far ahead. Temple of the Damned now ready. I like the Ritual Dagger as well. And Banshees will be a big help. But Lin has now bought time for the expansion. I think this is by no means a bad position for Lin. He just needs to find the time for tier 3. There it is. At some point as well. Would love to see a Shredder for him. Once the expansion is done, creep the lab, send over peons, and get a Shredder. I think would be a wise choice. Invuln Potion, also very good. Blade Master got some items from the shop. Not quite an Orb of Lightning yet. That might come soon. Later, though. And 1-0 is in trouble. His DK is super underleveled. And the Banshee might be taken out before the Blade Master can be cursed. Oh, that's painful. Impale used by the Crypt Lord. It was level 2 Impale, but he's so low mana. Oh, Blade almost getting another kill there. But the Raider indeed falls in the end. That's level 2 for the Death Knight. And that is a big deal now. 1-0 is not teching. He's staying on tier 2. This late game belongs to Lin if he holds the expansion. Can he hold it is the question. He's down in supply, but he's got a crazy strong Blade Master and also a strong TC. The big problem for Lin still is he doesn't have Heal Wave at the moment. On tier 3 with a Shadow Hunter, that will change. But that is still fairly far away. This is do or die for 1-0. If he doesn't win here, he loses. Oh, beautiful Impale, though. And Lin doesn't have a heal throw anymore. I think he needs to get one. Ah, no, he did have one. Okay, he did have one. Used it right there. Disenchant misses. All the beetles survive. Man on the walker is pretty low. The Impales are landing very nicely indeed. 1-0 also doesn't have Frost Armor, doesn't have Lich or Nova. And the Blade Master's not cursed. Beautiful stomp by the TC. And he's got plenty more. The Fiend's being taken out one at a time. Blade Master getting closer to the level 4 here, perhaps. He doesn't have crit level 2 yet, by the way. But may have it soon. Everything super hurtful and he needs more healing. Heal salves, heal scrolls.
A player's forces are under attack.
There was one in the shop. This is the big reason why this map is so good defensively. You have a shop in between the two bases. Heal scroll used, everything healed up nicely again. Spirit Link can still be applied. And the stomp is huge. And there's no TP for 1-0. He's gonna lose this. This game's over. There was no tech for 1-0. No transition. Lin with a beautiful counterplay with the blade. This can be so hard to defend. This Crypt Lord expansion play. But Lin did it absolutely perfectly. And now it's just time to pick off one unit after the next. The TC's level 5 already. And the stomp should finish the job. With the backstab, the beetle dies, the Crypt Lord's gone, GG is called. And Lin has the 2-0 lead in the series. After yesterday, I thought 1-0 may have quite some momentum coming into the final day of TP League. Where of course he defeated Happy and his reign of dominance. But Lin today proving to be a tough challenge. Recently, 1-0 was able to win 2 encounters between them in TED Cup 9 and TED Cup 10. 1-0 defeated Lin. Once in the grand final of TED Cup 9. And Lin is off to the races here today. 1-0 himself has been very successful this year, especially in the TED Cups. He has been more successful than anybody else. But Lin may put a stop to him today. But it's not over yet. 1-0 still has a chance to turn this series around. Let's see if he can make that happen, or if Lin is the victor today. We got a ghoul build by 1-2-0. I think he's expecting a Farseer play and wants to go back to standard. DK ghouls against Farseer headhunters. Lin is going for a fast tech Farseer here, it seems. Lin currently the third highest rated Eer0 player, I think. Oh no, it's fifth highest actually. Lin has dropped a bit recently. Happy still in first, 1-0 in second. Lawlight and Kaho behind. And Lin in fifth position. And there we go. Fast tech by Lin. Is he going with the Infi build, I wonder? Infi showed a lot of Wyvern recently, when Infi was facing Happy in the Show Cup. And yeah, this burrow. This should certainly indicate Wyvern. If he wanted to go Headhunters, he would have placed a Barracks. No Barracks, straight Wyvern. That was always considered a bit of a cheesy play, a bit of a ladder noob play, if you will. But Infi proved that it can also work on the top level. If you play it very well, that is. Wolves harassing in the main base. That shouldn't lead to too much. Very hard here to get any last hits for the Farseer, especially if the undead is on point. Normally, those should, yeah, go to 1-0 then. The DK is getting pressured right away. Farseer is pulling out the creeps. Oh, that's a bit dangerous. Eats the boulder for it right away. And gets slowed. That's pretty annoying. He's trying to encourage them to take on the ghouls, but so far only the Farseer is taking the punishment. And Lin is not having the best start here so far. I like how he's waking up all the creeps, trying to force as many snares as he can. But 1-0 is playing against it very well, not panicking, just continuing to creep. A mistake that many noob undeads will make is just deal with the wolves only, run around, and not be creeping in the meantime. You have to be creeping and have to level up. Especially when there's no headhunters and only a Farseer harassing. You can still creep if you control it well.
Players' forces are under attack.
Lin with 1,000 gold. He hasn't made a single unit so far this game. 1-0, of course, with the slower attack. I would have imagined it even slower than that, but... Oh, wolf block. Gonna require a coil here. Every coil also matters. Ritual dagger, DK healing up, and we got a TC second. And indeed, it is the Mass Wyvern inspired by Infi. I like it. And this build tries to punish the weakness of the ghoul build. The weakness, of course, being that there's very few fiends out early. They will only be added in later, which means there's not much anti-air against Wyvern for quite some time. And once you have 4 Wyvern out, you can try to either creep quickly or to snipe undead units quickly. Because Wyvern, while they are very fragile, have very good DPS. Out comes the TC, picks up some items. Not going tier 3 yet. Alright, and here we are. Wyverns begin.
A town is under siege.
Good ward here for 120 in the middle. Which being started. Slaughterhouse. Everything by 120 here looking pretty standard so far. When Happy was facing Infi, Happy made an adjustment at the later stages of the series of not going for a Ghoul build anymore, but rather going for the old school Tet Fiend build, which is slower at the beginning, but transitions faster into Fiends and has anti-air out more quickly. Oh, very good sentry here, placed by 120 as well. I guess here it would be even better, but this one also gives good vision. And the DK is still fairly far away from level 3, so I'd say Lin actually turned this early game around nicely. He couldn't prevent the first 2.5 camps being taken by the DK, but with so much damage on the Death Knight that beyond level 2, he couldn't really creep. Lin is playing an excellent series so far. But this is still anybody's game. There's no big lead here for one of the players. This is anybody's to take. So Lin went 4 Wyvern into 1 Raider with Ensnare, then tier 3, and that perfectly gets him up to 41 supply. Then making a new burrow, and then he might be able to add in 2 more Wyvern or 3 more Raiders. Oh, we got a Gargoyle for 120. Okay. Wasn't expecting that. Very rarely seen. They are good anti-air against Wyvern, but the big problem is that they get destroyed by Bad Riders. They get one-shot by Bad Riders. So it always feels unreliable to me, the Gargoyles. And now Lin's starting to creep up heavily as well. And he's gonna go for a little bit of a run-by. Does he have a speed scroll? Yes, he does. And in we go towards the Acolytes. Quick reaction though, TP out. Or TP in, I guess. Lin will have to TP out at some point here. Farseer is trying to get into range to TP everything back home. 1 more Raider might be falling. Yep. So it was 2 Ghouls, I think. Traded for a Raider. Fairly even exchange. The Garg survived. But now Lin knows about the Gargs, and we got some bats coming. Which is the prudent choice. Big level ups now gonna be coming finally for the TC. Level 3 is gonna be huge for him. Farsi level 3 can also be big. When you have lots of Wyvern, especially with Environment Spears, Destroyers can oftentimes be forced to stand on the sidelines, forced out of the fight, either quickly killed or low HP, and then perhaps there's not much Dispel left anymore against the Wolves. Let's grow the Beast. Might be pretty good. Although I'm sure he would have preferred something else. Oh, 120 attacking in early. Before he's got orb or anything. Oh no, he has the orb, excuse me. Has the orb on the DK, but the army is tiny. That's 2 more kills for Lin. Is he going for a tiny right away? That would be perhaps quite greedy. But he's not missing much gold. I think Lin could absolutely go for a tiny here. But he's not doing it. He might be waiting for the 3rd hero. He's got the supply and gold available now. What's he spending his gold on? Happy was countering the Wyvern with Fiends, and I think that's the much better counter, honestly. 1-0 though, he's trying his own way today. Oh, this could be a big creepjack right here. I think 1-0 got the last hit with the Nova, but Lin picks up the item, and the Warsong Battle Drums, not bad at all. He doesn't have a Kodo Beast here. Not yet, anyways. Lin's still with a decent bank. He sells the War Drums. Still not expanding. Shade also for 1-2-0. He wants to know where the opponent army is.
A player's forces are under attack.
Infi recently also did not go for a third hero. Oh, TC with some very good survivability items. Sometimes they are not even needed, because normally the undead always has to focus the Wyvern first, because they do too much damage. If you focus the TC, normally you lose the fight. So with that in mind, maybe even too protected. He just wants to keep creeping. Level 4 TC is going to be a big level up for him, but 1-0 is also getting stronger on his heroes. In the ultra late game, level 5 and beyond, 1-0 will be stronger. But I fear that Lin's army is going to be a lot better, isn't it? Like, imagine if there's 4 Bat Riders connecting in here. It would seem that 1-0 won't have much left. We don't have 4 Bat Riders, though. We have way fewer. And Lin now starting to set up for an expansion. Building towers on the high ground. And with the main army attacking into the main base, this is also going to buy lots of time for these towers to actually finish. And then he can go for a tiny, I imagine. Going for the ghouls once again. Bad Riders didn't actually find a kill. 1-0 interestingly went for 2 armor upgrades on the Gargs. So I'm pretty sure the Gargs, the bats don't one-shot them anymore, right? I know that on Hippogriffs, when you have 2 armor upgrades, they don't get one-shot anymore. Gargs are lower HP though. They might still get one-shot. I'm not sure about that. But if they have frost armor as well, then they certainly should not be getting one-shot. Oh, I wonder, did 1-0 see the towers coming up here with the Shade? Perhaps he didn't. The Shade was trailing the Orc army for a long time. But he didn't cancel the towers. Now they're standing, and now it's going to be very tough to assault this position. Farseer going for the tiny Great Hall, but the rest of the army very far away from the high ground expansion spot at the moment. But if the expansion comes up in mines for a decent amount of time, this could be the win condition. But 1-0 right now, all of a sudden seems to have a scary army. Oh my god, the tiny was just placed. If you could cancel this now, this would be so sick. But it's protected by the towers. The tiny will finish. The rest of the army for Lin is ready and waiting. Doesn't want to engage too soon. Oh, peons. Getting caught. That's 2 kills. Oh! Just 1 kill. Uphill miss. LA giggle.
A player's forces are under attack.
One tower though, about to fall already. I wonder, shouldn't Lin be fighting with the help of these towers? He's going for more production, more Wyvern. The Bad Rider count seems a bit low to me. Oh my god, that tower. Alright, it does finally fall. The towers couldn't be kept standing, but they did buy a lot of time. What is there in the meantime? Counter expanding himself, but this still is going to take a while. Now Lin has to fight. He has to protect his peons. And he's looking for the backstab. Oh, using the Stomp to prevent the coil, so the Coil Nova can't take out the bats too quickly. But the Gargs are still alive. A couple of them at least. Oh, important coil there coming in. Saves the Gargoyle. Oh, and 1-0, he might be doing it. Seems like he may have enough anti-air here in the end, but it's not over yet. Oh, 1 Bat Rider didn't quite get off the detonate. That's a big deal. And now the Wyvern all being picked off 1 unit at a time. I must say, I wasn't expecting this to go so well for 1-0. He deals with the Wyvern threat, and the heroes remaining on the ground will be stronger for him. He's got triple hero against only dual hero. And I didn't even mention yet that he also has the Cadgas pipe. And this might be 1-0 coming back into the series. The damage with the Wyvern count now so low is minimal on Lin, and I think he's gonna have to call it quits here pretty soon. The Cadgas pipe is absolutely amazing. Expansion now standing. 1-0 can try to start to fortify it. He's already got the supply lead. He's got the stronger heroes. And the Wyvern are getting picked off quite easily. The Orcs oftentimes like to call them the flying XP tomes. And we could see here how fragile they indeed were. The 2 armor upgrades, a very smart choice by 1-0, it has proven to be. TC was ignored for the longest time. And 1-0 showing us that with Gargs, this is also doable. I'm sure he saw the games of Happy versus Infi and may have thought already about counters to that Mass Wyvern playstyle. And he didn't hesitate to go into Gargs fast. Gargs, Destroyers, backed up by strong heroes. Lin loses the expansion, and that must lose him the game. Especially considering 1-0 sitting on 2 bases. And he's got the Shade as well to see where Lin is going next. And I was wondering for a second if this game was, you know, if the series was ending with a 3-0. But it shall not. 1-0. It's gonna score this one. TC level 5 is always a win condition. But he is mainly good against ghouls and fiends. Here, we don't have that. We have mass air units. That's TC's biggest strength. The AoE stun being completely circumvented. Interesting that the destroyers don't tick up to 1 mana. I guess they tick up to 0.5. But the display of the mana doesn't round up, I would imagine. If Lin had had more bats, like if he had had 7 bats in that fight, would he have won? The problem with that is, even if you kill all the undead's air units, your Bat Riders are gone after that, or even if you have some Bat Riders left, they are utterly useless when it comes to dealing with ground units. So Gargs might actually be a brilliant idea by 1-0 indeed. Would have been cool to see some fancy stone form micro as well. But we didn't see that. I think the Shade also made a big difference here. Oh, wait a minute. The Fast here almost goes down, but doesn't quite. TC had to give up the Invul Potion. So that means he got silenced right away, and there's no way for him to break through the silence using the Scroll of the Beast, but that one's instantly dispelled, and I mean, now it's just easy pickings. Coil Nova, one after the next. Lin is fast with his aura, but so is 1-0. A little bit of Wolf Harass at the expo. Alright. That does something, I suppose.
A player's forces are under attack.
Not sure what Lin's intention here is. Even if 1-0 makes huge mistakes, he can't lose this game. This might be just psychological. Tactical. Maybe Lin is hoping that 1-0, you know, gets tired or something, because there is literally 0 chance of winning this game. If there was no expansion, that would be a different story. But there is an expansion. Maybe Bad Rider Micro, something that Lint can work on a bit more. We saw a couple that didn't justify the means. That didn't manage to blow up the Gargs. They were just standing there. Bad Rider certainly not units we see too often. What he did very well, though, was waiting to approach in the big fight with the bats until the TC used the Stomp. Because when the TC got the Stomp off, then there was not too much Coilnova. And there we are. GG is called. And 1-0 will not be beaten yet. The Chinese Undead gets on the board. After yesterday's win against Happy, 1-0 might now be the highest ranked player. The ELO rankings always update on Saturdays, I believe, so we're going to have to wait a couple more days until that one is up to date. Alright, we're in the lobby. We're getting ready for the second game. And if I see that right, I think 1-0 is calling for Twisted Meadows. Ooh, that is pretty spicy. That is very cool. Old school, classic map Twisted Meadows. It is not the old version, but the new version of Twisted Meadows, which has been much improved. If you guys aren't aware quite yet what the differences there are, I shall show you in a moment. Would love to see this go the distance, all 5 maps here. Lin versus 1-0 could just as well be a grand final, but they meet here in the quarters already. Alright, Lin in the top left, 1-0 in the bottom right. The first thing on New Twisted Meadows is that force cross-spawn is always the case. So, that means you always know where your opponent spawns on TM, because it's opposite of you. This was always a big problem on old Twisted Meadows, where the spawning locations were so random. Everything was so random about TM. You basically couldn't make good game plans. You couldn't play reliably. On a pro level, it was just, you know, basically unplayable. Too random. So that was the first big improvement. We're going to check out the other ones in a sec. The other changes are basically all concerning creep camps. So this camp was made weaker, and now it drops Slippers of Agility. The green camp over here was made stronger, and the tree line was changed so that it's easier to creep for the player spawning here, and this drops Claws of Attack. And also the gold mines were made a little bit easier with 1 Ogre Warrior less there nowadays. And that's basically it. It is a Blade Massive first once again. Lin gonna go for the Rock Golem pull trick. It's gonna give him a big item right away, and this could be hugely beneficial. Zoe Mask, Roots of Quel'Thalas, or Scourge Bone Chimes. Oh, but the Acolyte Scout messes with the creep. Oh, that's very annoying. That is so bad for Lin. He wasted so much time. Is he gonna try it again? 1-0 is moving out on the map, ready to creep the green camp with 3 ghouls. And it's trying again, but... Oh my god, the grunt gets ensnared. Oh, Jesus. Oh, that's so bad. That is so bad. Lin just wasted the first 3 minutes of his game. And also so much mana. He's got one Windwalk left. Yikers.
A player's forces are under attack.
And that's one big upside of knowing where your opponent spawns. 1-0 sent his Acolyte... Wait, he didn't even send it across. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Did he spawn... Did he check the spawn position, I mean, with the Acolyte? Does he not know that it's cross-spawn on this map? I didn't see where the Scout Acolyte was going. But, well, it all worked out in the end, I guess. Alright, needs to come up with some big plays. Grunts around would be painful. Oh my god, he's got the grunts around. Locked in. Oh, okay, but the creeps have mercy today. Only one more heal cell for the blade as well. Can only heal himself or the grunt, not both. Ay caramba, this is a disaster full in. Doesn't even get the ghoul. DK found double slippers. Very nice for the Dark Ranger later.
A player's forces are under attack.
Oh, he's got too many items. He can't even pick up this item here from the null. Alright, Len needs to catch up fast with creeping. He's going for the Merc Camp, which is always an Orc favorite. Go for the Merc Camp during nighttime. Get big experience. Pick up the Berserker. Ring of Protection. This item not so good for 1-0. I think you should go Dark Ranger now. Just be able to continue creeping right away. But seems like 1-0 doesn't want that. Would rather go for a Lich. Sells the slippers! Oh. That hurts my soul. That hurts my soul. No slippers for the Dark Ranger. But a row of the Magi for the Lich. That one is gonna be appreciated. Big mana potion for Lenny. Didn't get the best item so far. But the good thing is, we are on Twisted Meadows. There is lots of opportunity to still find lots of items. It is Casino Warcraft. Twisted Meadows.
A player's forces are under attack.
Quel'Thala's boots. There we go. Blade Mass is starting to pimp up. With level 2 Windwalk now, Blade Mass is going to go on a little scouting mission. I would love to creep the next camp here. At the merchants, we got big permanent items which are easy to creep.
A player's forces are under attack.
Still going for the red camp? No. Going for the green. And there we go. Finally, Len finds 1-0. Oh, and he dodges the dust! But the Windwalk runs out, dude. He is kind of unlucky today. It's gonna be daytime in a moment. Oh, Len doesn't get the last hit, but he gets the item, and it's Scourgebone Chimes! Like I said 2 days ago, I feel like Scourgebone Chimes might be a bit overrated in fights. Like for creeping especially, it's very good. But for fights, I feel like they might be a little overrated. Because it's only really good on the blade. And normally the blade is either ignored or focused heavily. And when he's focused heavily, he has to back up anyways. But I'm not sure. Maybe it is good. Pretty sure he's going to keep it. And look at that. All of a sudden, this Blade Master is looking pretty good. Found some more slippers.
A player's
He's got some nice red socks to go with those boots. Oh, he's looking for a little timing. Ready with the end snare. Trying to go for a hero kill even. Lich doesn't have frost armor. Blade Master in trouble as well though. Hex on the Lich, trying to take out the second hero. It's really close. Oh, the right clicks. TP on 12 HP. If Link can steal the item here, this is going to be a win for him. But can he do it? He wave one more time. Oh, what a sick attack by Lin. What a sick attack. More slippers. Has to just grow the speed. Grow the beast, I mean. This might cost him in the end, though. One raider gonna die. Okay, I guess the grunt does get away. And the TC is coming. And on this map, there are so many creeps. In my opinion, back in the day, in old Blade Master days, this was always the worst map for Undead versus Orc. Because Orc gets extremely strong in the very late game, with lots of creeping, with lots of levels. And this is the best map for it. So Wonder is going for a big attack. This is almost an all-in, I feel like. Shadowhunter not level 3 yet. That is definitely a problem. And the Frenzy Ghouls looking for the surround. Where's the stomp? Here it is. Blade Master got the orb now. Shadowhunter, experience. So close. This level up is going to be so important. If he gets a crit. Oh, there we go. Level 3. And that's the hold. Wait. 1-0 doesn't have a Dark Ranger? Oh, she's back here. She wasn't in the group. Oh, big mistake by 1-2-0. And now Lin is starting to have the strong levels. But also level 4 and 2 upgraded on the Undead side. Oh, TC. Close to falling. No invul on the Orc. And the TC will go down. Only level 1 though. He's going to be back before too long. Trying to go for the Death Knight next. Oh, but the Frost Armor protects him. The Hex was scary, but he does survive. Shadowhunter starting to run out of mana. But also not too many units left for 1-0 anymore. DK in the back, ready to throw some more coils. Then would love to have some end snares here. Oh, Blade Master! Silence on the Shadow. But the Blade wasn't silenced, I guess. He survives for now. Trying again to go for the DK. The Blade is not part of this, though. Oh, and now it might be the Shadowhunter who's in trouble. There's a coil. Ready. Oh, heal wave. I think he missed the silence. Where's the Blade? Where's the Blade? There he is. He's got a heal pot. Shadowhunter still running. He's got one more heal wave. He's trying to get an item, but there's creep still there. Oh my goodness, what is going on here? Blade Master's coming with the Hex. Backstab, and that's the DK kill. And that might be game. Big supply lead for Lin. The TC's back. And 1-0 is about to be eliminated here by the King of Orcs. Oh, Tavern Res. Oh, but the TC ready to cover the retreat. The Shadowhunter. 10 HP. And there's the Purge. Hell yeah. Lin looking for more kills. This Destroyer is going to give him a level up. Now on level 4. Hallelujah. 1-0 still fighting. He's got his heroes left, but only his heroes. The Blade Master, guys. I told you! The Blade Master is the way to do it. Well, to be fair, on the first map, he didn't play Blade Master. That was CORSAIR. Just barely. There's enough healer waves every time. Wait a minute. It might not be over yet. Oh, Shadow in trouble again. Oh, he gets the kill. Wait a minute. Blade Master shows up. If he gets a crit here, one more hit. Oh! If he had gotten the crit, dude, the DK would have been dead. Looking for purges. Looking for crits. Death Knight has an invuln. Using the dust. Oh my god, 1-0 might be turning it around right now. Lin over chasing a bit.
Player's forces are under attack.
He has to go for the Tavern Res on the Shadow, doesn't he? He's got the gold for it. Alright. Whew. Painful losses on both sides. 1-0 growing stronger. Lich with a very stacked inventory. And Lin needs to heal badly. But still, the late game is on Lin's side. If he gets Blade 5, TC3, that's almost unbeatable for Undead. I feel like there was certainly a lack of scrolls of speed for Lin. Everything super hurt. Sells the slippers. Need to get the potion out. What's the target? DK's got an invul potion. That one doesn't seem to be prudent to go for. It's trying to buy time for more healing. Blade Master has a lot of damage. The crits could be immense. But now Lin also supply blocked. Supply is with this very even. And Lin is proving to be patient. Not going in too fast. What do we have for 1-0? No Banshee transition. No ghouls anymore either, by the way. Has to make some new ones. And it's going to be a valuable camp for Lin. Level 2 TC. That's a big level up already. But 1-0 with the Star Sense. He's coming in for the Creepjack. Ring of Region is whatever. We can see the crits already. If those land in the right moment. And 1-0 doesn't quite actually get it off. Gonna go for the red camp here. Oh, this was also made easier, right? Ah, I didn't realize this red camp was also changed. This was double High Priest and double Ogre Magi in the past. Now it's a bit different. Item, circlet on the ground, and Amulet Spell Shield on the DK. That's very good, honestly. That means he's much better protected than the Death Knight, so he can give up with the Invul Potion, I think. Blade Master doesn't have an Invul on himself. That's a bit scary. The TC is starting to lag behind in levels. Alright, Blade is trying to create space. Buy time for the other two heroes to creep. 1-0 is aware of this. Ooh, this is a good map. Twisted Meadows, boys. It's a classic. 1-0 going for the attack again, but this time there's reinforced defenses. Lin trying to go for late game walkers. Interesting. Bit of accuracy, not very valuable for him. Level 4 Shadowhunter also not that big of a level up really, because there will be destroyers for Dispel. Dispel. Shop taken out. Lin needs to make a new one and does so right away. Supply dead even again. Lin is once more taking his time. Not rushing home to defend yet. He keeps on creeping. Like I said, lots of creeping is super strong for this Orc late game army. Crystal Ball, unfortunate find, but more experience it still is.
A player's forces are under attack.
Mana looking good on Lin. Full mana Shadow, full mana TC, but no invuln on the TC, so he can't break through the silence. Neither is he protected. Oh, Kodo Beast spawns. Lin could use that as a bait. Coil Nova has been used. The spells are on cooldown, and now Lin can look for return kills. The Frost Armor was purged right away. Very nice. Silence of the TC. He can't use Stomp. If there's another crit, he might get another kill. Oh, even got it just like that. Damage on the blade is really good. This is 80 max damage, folks. And there are still creep camps left on the map because we are on Twisted. Thank you, Serbian Jargs, with a 30-month resub. Says Twisted is the lost temple of Frozen Throne. Unbalanced but beautiful. It's a lot better than Lost Temple. And I think, honestly, nowadays, like, I think it's the only balance problem is the items. I think everything else is pretty playable with the great changes that were made by the map makers. But yeah, the items are still crazy. The items are still crazy. This is a Casino Warcraft. Speaking of which, what do we get here? Khadgar's Gem. Not bad, honestly. This makes the TC a lot more tanky. But also look at this DK. Sobi Mask and Amulet. That's some sick items. TC finally got level 3. That's a big level up for him. But still no invul. Still can't break through the silence. That's why he wants to get walkers, I think. They're trying to find some kills in the back against the statues. Speed scroll, disengage. And the one thing that's certainly still lacking for Lin is invulns. 50 supply for him. 1-0's 5 supply ahead, which is not that big of a deal anymore. We're in the ultra late game. The heroes are very strong. And if the blade gets to level 5, all hell breaks loose. I like that he kept the crystal ball, by the way. You can never be sure if there's going to be an expansion coming. This crystal ball helps with scouting for expos. Great movement by Lin. Always with his Blade Master getting super valuable intel.
A player's force is under attack.
Orc needs bats versus destroyers? Not really. Blade Master and Berserkers are normally enough. Blade finds one free kill to start off the fight. What do you want to get? Robo the Magi. And level 5 DK. That is quite scary. Silence on the Shadowhunter. Speed scroll needs to try to run away. But that means this TC couldn't get silenced and he got the money stomp off. Shadowhunter needs to use the heal wave and he does. Good start of the fight so far for Lin. But the TC also in trouble. A lot of hero focus by 1-0. This seems to indicate that he doesn't feel like he can win a straight up fight. Stomp in the back. Blade Master getting focused as well. But there's the heal wave. The heal waves are beautiful by Lin. But there's so much mana still on the undead. Hero kill might be the way to do it. Invul potion pop. The Dark Ranger is protected. No invuls on Lin. This seems like the big problem for him. But when the blade is close to going down, the TC gets off the stomp. About to fall. Is there one more heal wave perhaps? One more heal wave indeed. Doesn't heal him for much, for his HP pool is so huge. And the DK's got so much mana. Dude, this Sobi and Robo the Magi is insane. But the blade gets level 5, but he can't re-engage. 1-0's heroes win out. But I think Lin's army is looking a bit stronger. Blade Master gets one more kill. May have to back up now. Get the mana for one more Windwalk. The Shadowhunter is completely dry. There's more nuke though. There's more nuke! Lin! Loses his first hero. Very surprised he didn't back up. He had the mana for Windwalk. There was no detection. And Lin's gonna call GG. Oh my lordy. 1-0's items there a bit better, I would say, in the end. Oh, that was a fun game, though. Great back and forth. Lin definitely had the lead at some point. The biggest mistake, I believe, was not getting enough invulns. He was chronically low on invulns the whole time. And 1-0 gets the win on what can be a very tough map for him. And we go full distance. Hell yeah. That's what we want to see. Alright, map 5, the Decider. The first series of the day delivers right away. And we go onto a completely different map. From the huge Twisted Meadows, we go to the very tiny, claustrophobic Amazonia. Alright, let's see what we get here. I'll be right back, boys. Give me a sec. Alright, here we are again. And we have a return to Farseer. So map 1, which unfortunately we missed, was Tidehunters. It was Farseer expansion against also Undead expansion. And then it was Blade on Terran Stand. Wait, what am I forgetting? Twisted Meadows. Ah, Last Refuge. Right. Last Refuge, Farseer Wyvern. Oh, and 1-0. He's expecting the Farseer Lightning Shield creep, as is the norm, but Lin very smartly not going for this. He knows it's going to be messed up by the Acolyte, so he's just creeping in the middle for now. DK in the meantime going for the Lightning Shield creep himself. Oh! Want to be careful with those last hits. Oh my god, dude. 1-0 playing with fire. One ghoul in a bit of trouble. Oh! Wait a minute. Is he gonna get the kill here? Nah. Coil is there. Full experience. Goes to the undead. Slippers could be good this time. Oh! But he surrounded the ghoul! Oh, sick. Lin surrounds the ghoul, but the Farseer might be getting surrounded in return. Oh! No, he slips out. Just barely. And now he's got level 2. Dude, that was so important. 2 wolf surround on the ghoul. Very sick. And the tech has started. Headhunter transition starting to come in. Undeads on this map like going for the corner the corner merc camps to try to get the big permanent item. But 1-0 creeping the natural here at a very unusual time. This is normally something you would never see. If he gets creepjacked, that's pretty painful. But I think Lin is very satisfied to just creep himself. In the middle, he can get both Kobold camps, and it's going to pick up so many items and get level 3 and beyond. Dude, look at the experience on the Farseer. He's going to be level 4 so fast this game, which is very helpful against ghouls. And there we are, level 3 achieved. Lin is scouting for the corner. But now with level 2 coil, 1-0 can hunt down these headhunters quite easily. Oh, but then again, needs to respect the damage that the orc now has available, especially those level 2 wolves with the normal damage against heroes quite good. And finds a ghoul out in the open. Oh, gets the kill shortly before the coil. 1-0 there. Small mistake. That's the second ghoul lost. That's still okay. But you really don't want to lose more than that if you're the undead. I feel like he has to go Dark Ranger here. Otherwise he just loses too much control of the map. It seems like that's the plan. Oh! Almost got the last hit, but not quite. Lin also gets the experience here. Look at this Farseer experience bar, dude. That is crazy. TC second. No Shadow Hunter. And there's these 2 camps available for the TC. Plus the Merchant, plus the Natural. I like that. Lots of easy experience for the TC to pick up. Oh, 1-0 is looking for his opening. If Lin gets through the early game without losing a Headhunter, this would be a huge win for him. But it's hard to avoid. Yeah, this Headhunter is definitely dead. Oh, or is it? Wow. Sick play by Lin. Absolutely sick play by Lin. It is so hard to save all of these Headhunters when the DK gets to level 3, like he did here. Lin, again, showing the world how it's done. He is, indeed, the best orc of all time. Oh, getting surrounded. Almost. And And then playing it patiently. He knows the DK is looking for kills, so he's just slowly taking out the skelly. He's gonna force him to retreat. Only one rod of necromancy charge left. The DK is taking a lot of damage. But he's got the heal potion. The really cool thing here also, I don't know if it was intentional, but like I said earlier, Dark Ranger could have been a call. But normally, Dark Ranger is only really good when there's still a lot of creeps left in the middle that you can quickly creep, get skellies, and all that. Lin prioritized taking out the middle camps very fast. That automatically made the Dark Ranger second a lot worse of an option. Which again, gives the TC an easier time to start creeping. This really was a brilliant game so far by Lin. It's far from over. It's certainly not won yet, but Lin has a lead here on map 5.
A player's forces are under attack.
And now they're looking for the fight. He's got level 3 TC against only level 1 Lich. This is such a huge lead for him. He's waiting for the money stomp. Lich gets healed with the coil, almost surrounded. Heal potion transferred. Needs to use it as well. This is the worst timing imaginable. Oh, the stomp is sick against the ghouls. The chain lightning as well. The Farseer is almost level 4. Needs one more kill. And then he's going to have it. There it is. Oh my god. This might be the fastest level 4 Farseer I've ever seen. More ensnares. The statues go down. Lin with a masterclass on map 5. It seems like... What is the rest? 0 chance. No chance at all. Level 1 Lich still. And now we got a Shadow Hunter as well. And Snare. Focus Fire. If the TC connects with a Stomp, this could be the kill on the Lich. Oh! The Chain Lightning! Oh! Just a little shy. But he shall get the Destroyer. Oof. Oh my god, how did that Destroyer survive? That was surprising. Oh, and the Raiders now so good. On the chase, finding more and more kills. And Lin has a gigantic lead. Could easily go for a tiny Great Hall now. Doesn't even have to, though. He could just creep up the rest of the map. Most importantly, he should suffocate 120. And make sure he doesn't allow 120 to creep anything more. For free. Oh, and the Raiders connecting. Oh, and Snare dodged with a Destroyer. Not too bad. That also means no more statue. And here's the Hex. This Lich certainly has to use the Emo Potion. Oh! Didn't use the Emo Potion. Now he does. Berserkers also taking a bit of a beating here. 2 Berserkers go down right away. The damage not too shabby by 120 here at the start. Especially the TC doesn't have much mana left. No stomps at the moment. Good control on the Raiders though. He doesn't just A-click them in and let them fall easily. He's manually microing them away if he can. Another Destroyer falls. 120 perhaps coming back into this game now. He's finding quite a few kills. Hex on the Lich. Quickly dispelled. And Snare dodged again. Whoa. Second time. In short succession. Going for the Lich once more. There is a coil. But he was stunned. Oh, the double stomp. Beautifully done by Lin. Big kill on the Lich. And now 120 has to sit back and turtle until the Lich returns. Kodo devours something as well. And then it's getting stronger and stronger. Farseer beyond level 4.5 already. What a sick Farseer game, dude. And all started with the fact that he didn't creep the lightning shield here because he knew he was going to be slowed down by the Acolyte. Just went here, and that ghoul kill. Dude, that one ghoul kill here in the early game, that single-handedly changed the momentum of this game. And set things into motion for the Farseer to become so strong. 1-0 looking for the creep jack. Or Lin, rather. He's got a TP though, the undead does, which he's certainly gonna have to use. And as fate would have it, the next red camp is right here. Lin can pick that up as well. And get level 3 Shadow Hunter. And then he's gonna be perfectly prepared.
Forces are under attack.
Wait, he's not creeping it? It's kind of weird. I know he will. Just takes a second. The auras that Lin found were pretty unlucky. Just sold them. No problem. 1-0 still has some hope left. The DK's level 4, that's good. But the other two heroes are way too low level. Dark Ranger and Lich are both supposed to be level 3 at this point. Lin is creeping the red very safely. Oh my god, he's got such a huge army. And there's no TP on the DK, by the way. He might just be dead. Oh! Didn't use the next stomp. Invoke Potion breaks through the silence. It's quite a few skellies, but those also fall fairly fast. The Berserker damage is noticeable. But not too many upgrades here. TC looking for the next stomp. 1-0's doing a good job, trying to dodge this TC stomp as much as he can. Farseer is level 5, by the way. Oh, hasn't chosen the skill point yet. Another DK's found. And this might be the DK going down. Stomp is there, right clicks through. And that is GG. And Lin defeating 1-2-0. The top level of Warcraft competitive play is still very close together. We saw 1-0 be defeating Happy yesterday. And today it is 1-0 bested by the best orc of all time. Well played. With that, Lin moves on into the semi-final, where he's going to be meeting Fly next. I'm not sure if this is the game right now, or if it's going to be Infi versus Happy. We'll find that out. We're going to go into a short break now, and then we'll be right back with more games here in the TP League September. See you guys in a bit.